dear students, welcome back to one more session. In this session I am going to explain you about the concept of demand elasticity. So before going to know about the concept of demand elasticity, you should first know what exactly the meaning of elasticity is. Okay, what is elasticity? The word elasticity, it comes from the subject of physics, right? The physics subject, it deals with the elasticity concept. Now let me tell you what exactly the elasticity means. Elasticity is nothing but the increase in the actual size of any material or anything. Suppose if you have taken the example of rubber tag. This is a rubber tag, okay? When you squeeze it out, the rubber tag size, it's going to be increasing. This is called as elasticity. Elasticity in Telugu, it is termed as sagudala. Okay, it means it's having the property of elasticity. This is an example. And coming to elastic thread also. In the dresses, when the dresses are going to be stitched, most commonly the tailors, they will be using elastic thread, right? So from this you have an idea about the elasticity. Now let us see what is the actual meaning of demand elasticity. When the demand increases, then it is called as demand elasticity. Example, last day we have the demand of 1,000 dresses. Okay, due to the festival today, there is a great increase in the sales. Today we sold 2,000 dresses. So this difference is called as demand elasticity. And now let me tell you what is the formula for the demand elasticity. If you have seen the demand elasticity, the demand elasticity is going to be shown as the ratio between change in price and change in demand. That means when the price, it changes. Suppose yesterday the price, it is 500 rupees per dress. For a single dress, how much it is? 500 rupees yesterday. But today it has been fallen down to 300 rupees per dress. How much difference is there? Change in price, it can be calculated by using the formula change in price is equal to P1 minus P2. That is nothing but delta P. Now let me calculate what is the difference. 500 minus 300. 200 change is there. 200 rupees decreased. Now if you have seen this, automatically there will be change in the demand also. How? When the price decreases, the demand increases. Old demand is 1,000 dresses you sold. But today how many dresses you sold? 2,000 dresses. How many extra it is? Change in demand is equal to D1 minus D2. 1,000 minus 2,000. What is the difference here? Minus 1,000. That means dresses are not anywhere negative. So this 1,000 is the change in demand. Now if you would like to calculate the demand elasticity formula, ED is equal to change in demand by change in price. What is change in demand? D1 minus D2 by P1 minus P2. Now let me explain the same concept in Telugu one, so that the students whoever are not capable of understanding in Telugu, in English, can understand in Telugu. Right? Demand elasticity అంటే ఫిజిక్స్లో వస్తుంది. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఇలాస్టిసిటీ అంటే సాగుదల అని అర్థం. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఒక రబ్బర్ ట్యాగ్ ఉంది. రబ్బర్ ట్యాగ్ని మనం ఇలా లాగితే ఇందులో సాగే గుణం ఉంది కాబట్టి దీని సైజ్ కూడా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. దీన్ని మనం ఇలాస్టిసిటీ అంటాం. సో ఇక్కడ ఇలాస్టిసిటీ అనేది డిమాండ్కి ఎలా రిలవెంట్ అంటే, ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ యొక్క ప్రైసు సపోజ్ నిన్న 500 రూపీస్ ఉంటే ఈరోజు మనం ఫెస్టివల్ అని ఆఫర్ ఇచ్చాం. సో అప్పుడు మనము 200 రూపీస్ తగ్గించాం. ఈ చేంజ్ ఏమంటారు? చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్ అంటారు. చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్ ఎలా కనుక్కుంటాము? నిన్నటి ప్రైస్ మైనస్ ఈరోజు ప్రైస్. దీన్ని P1 మైనస్ P2 అంటే డెల్టా P అంటాం. సో 500 మైనస్ 300 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 200 ఈజ్ ది చేంజ్ ఇన్ ప్రైస్. మనందరికి తెలుసు, ఎప్పుడైతే ప్రైస్ తగ్గుతుందో అప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా డిమాండ్ అనేది పెరుగుతుంది. సో డిమాండ్ ఎలా పెరుగుతుంది? డిమాండ్లో చేంజ్ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాము? చేంజ్ ఇన్ డిమాండ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు D1 మైనస్ D2. నిన్నటి డిమాండ్ మైనస్ ఈరోజు డిమాండ్. సో ఇలాస్టిసిటీ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్ వచ్చేసి ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాము? డిమాండ్ ఇలాస్టిసిటీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డెల్టా D బై డెల్టా P అంటే D1 మైనస్ D2 బై P1 మైనస్ P2. ఇది ఫార్ములా. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్ ఇలాస్టిసిటీ. డిమాండ్ ఇలాస్టిసిటీ అనేది పూర్తిగా 5 రకాలు. ఎన్ని రకాలు? 5 రకాలు. ఫస్ట్ది వచ్చేసి యూనిటరీ ఇలాస్టిసిటీ, సెకండ్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇలాస్టిక్, పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్, రిలేటివ్లీ ఇలాస్టిక్ అండ్ రిలేటివ్లీ inelastic. Now let us see what exactly the unitary elasticity it is. Unitary elasticity means, actually the word unit means one. Unit means one it is. Unitary means it's equal to one. Now if you have seen this here, the change in demand, change in price are equal. So change in demand and change in price are equal. They get both cancelled and finally answer will be 1. So if you have taken the graph, it is y-axis and it is x-axis, where on the x-axis I have taken the demand and on the y-axis I have taken the price. Initially price was 100 rupees, okay, and suddenly 100 rupees product was available at 50 rupees, okay. Now what is the change in price? Change in price delta P is equal to P1 minus P2. That means 100 minus 50. How much it is? 50. 50% and even 50. Now if you have taken demand earlierly D1 is equal to 1000. D2 is equal to 1500. What is the change in demand here? Delta D is equal to 1500 minus 1000, that is nothing but 500. It is also 50% and it is also 50%. Now elasticity in demand is equal to 50 by 50. That means 50-50 cancellation and 1. So that's why it is known to be unitary demand. This is the first type of demand. And coming to second type. What is the second type of demand? Perfectly elastic demand. Perfectly elastic demand means here first price it will be 100, okay. There will be no change at all in the price. Price will be often constant. Suppose yesterday 100, today 100, tomorrow 100 and day after tomorrow also price is constant. There is no change in the price, but the demand it is increasing day by day. So that's why it is called to be perfectly elastic demand. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే ప్రైస్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు ఒకే విధంగా ఉంటుంది. ప్రైస్లో అసలు చేంజే లేదు. ఎప్పుడు చూసిన ప్రైస్ 100 రూపీసే ఉంది. కానీ డిమాండ్ రోజు రోజుకు పెరుగుతూ పోతుంది. అంటే కస్టమర్స్ కొంటూనే ఉన్నారు. ఇది పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇలాస్టిక్. దీనికి ఆపోజిట్గా ఉండేది పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఇన్ఎలాస్టిక్. అంటే ఇక్కడ ప్రైస్ ఎంత తగ్గినా కానీ కస్టమర్స్ ప్రోడక్ట్ కొనడానికి ఇష్టపడరు. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ 100 రూపీస్ ఉంది, తర్వాత సడన్గా 50 రూపీస్కి పడిపోయింది అండ్ లాస్ట్ 75 రూపీస్, బట్ ద సేల్స్ ఆర్ ఎట్ 1000 units. It is constant. Customers are not ready to purchase the product. Then it is called as perfectly inelastic. Inelastic means there is no elasticity. There is no increase in the demand. So this is called to be perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic. And coming to the fourth one, what is the fourth one? Relatively elastic. Here if you have taken, even a small change in the price brings a lot of change in demand. Example here, first the product price is 100 rupees, but later 5 rupees fallen down. Very less it is, 5 rupees, 5% it has been fallen down. But here what it happened, initially it was 1000, but when the price fallen down, just 5 rupees fallen down, then the demand it increased by 3000, that means 2000 extra. Very less change in the price, but a lot of change in the demand. This is D1 minus G2. It's a lot. So then it is called as relatively elastic demand. Even a small change in price can bring a lot of change in demand. That is called to be perfectly elastic demand. And coming to the last one, perfectly inelastic. What is perfectly inelastic? Even a lot of change in price, there will be very small change in demand. Suppose here the price was 100 and slowly it has been fallen down directly to 10 rupees. Initially 100 rupees and finally 10 rupees. How much difference is there? 90 rupees fallen down. The price fallen down 90 rupees. But the demand, if you have taken, when it was 100 units, the demand is 1000. But when it has been fallen down to 10 rupees, it is just 1100. Only 10% increase it is. So when there is small change, lot of change in the price, small change in the demand, then it is called as relatively elastic demand. So however, totally there are 5 types of demand elasticity. What are those? First one, unitary elasticity. This is unitary elasticity. And second one is perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic. And next it comes to relatively elastic and relatively inelastic.